We wanted to see the Ortiz fight, but we get it, and this is a great fight.
If it's not a unification, 147, Blair Cobbs, he crashed the party. No. That's a name, Philadelphia.
Kevin, stop it. Kevin, stop it. I love Blair. Yeah, you've been on the what's the local drink round here?
Over here?
Yeah.
On the Bacardi, on the rum?
Yeah, you've been on a rum. No, I love Blair. I'd be open to making another fight for Blair. I think he's a character.
He said Karen Chukazian.
Yeah, why not? It's a good fight.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Oscar, he had a lot of comments. He gave you a whole clapback dedicated to Eddie. Feels like every week you're part of his dedication.
Yeah, look, I'm not interested in his fucking madness. But what I will say, the main thing is the Floyd Schofield stuff. I've got to give massive props to Floyd Schofield because I think Oscar's definitely more cautious than not when it comes to his matchmaking, and I sometimes get criticised for not putting my fighters in the right fights and letting them almost clip their wings and fly. And I think that some of the stuff that he said was Floyd Schofield's just a prospect, he's this and that, but Floyd Schofield is a really good fighter who wants to challenge himself, wants to make a lot of money, and wants to gamble against Shakur Stevenson. I really like the fight, and I have to give massive props to this young man, because they've all had a conversation, and I think Oscar's advice, which probably is right for the kid, is ideally we'd like one or two more, but ideally is something that doesn't really happen in boxing. So for me, it's like the kids had to stand up and go, look, this is a massive payday for me. I think I can beat Shakur. He's coming off a hand injury. There's good beef in the fight. There's good chat. It's two young, hungry, unbeaten American fighters. I think it's a really good fight. So I was really pleased to get that made, and now obviously we've got another Golden Boy matchup with Madrimov against Ortiz as well, which is another great fight, and maybe even the Ennis fight will come in the future.
Gotcha. Different topic. Tank, a couple of days ago, he had a press conference. What do you think about his retirement statements, Eddie?
It's probably not great for building the show, but at the same time, I liked his honesty, right? I think that you're in a situation where what he's saying is I probably need a bit of, I think he said it himself, I think it's therapy. I've got 2 daughters, but you've got to be a certain type of individual to perform at the top of your game. I actually resonated a little bit with that because I've got 2 daughters, and but to be at the top of your profession, you've got to make sacrifices. You've got to be selfish. You've got to, and if you're a fighter, you've got to be a bad motherfucker as well. And the kid he's just maturing. He's making money, and I think he doesn't want to go a little bit softer because it will take away the great fighter that he is. But I like that side of him. I think the promotion won't, because they want him to go Lamont Roach. And the reality is to the wider world, that fight is not a huge fight, but it's a good fight. Lamont Roach is a good fighter. Now, he's a division below, and I know his profile's not massive, but it's a good fight. It's just not carrying the kind of needle and beef that the promotion would like, and especially when he comes out with those comments. But I thought they were mature comments from Tank.
Yeah.
And you've got to respect that,
For sure. Just 2 quick questions, and I'll wrap this up for you, Eddie. Ryan Exhibition. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it?
Ryan Exhibition. I don't know. Obviously, I saw the stuff where Golden Boy have got a contract, and that's understandable. I think when you're serving a ban, I don't like the idea of fighting, even though it's an exit. But the kid's got to make money. He's got a right to do those kind of things. I'm just looking forward to seeing Ryan back in the ring, because I think the way boxing's going at the moment, which is like that, Ryan's going to be a big part of boxing. And I think Ryan's a great fighter. I think he seems to be getting himself in order. I haven't seen the craziness on social media. He can be a massive attribute to boxing. He can be in huge fights. So, but it's up to him what he does with his time. But I'm looking forward to seeing him back after the ban, because he's going to be in some big fights.
Who's next for Ryan? Would it be a Haney rematch? Is that something you'd like to see?
Could be the winner of this Saturday.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Liam Paro, Richardson Hitchins. How do you see the fight going?
I think it's a brilliant fight. Liam's not getting the credit. I know. Who do you think was putting their hands up to go, yeah, I'll go to Puerto Rico and fight Subriel Matias?
Not many.
No one. Not many. None of the top names at 140. They'd consider it and all this, but really, let's be real. And he came over, he didn't just beat him, he won nearly every round. Like, and I look at that, that's the biggest win from an Australian fighter, certainly since Kambosos against Teofimo. But this kid should get the plaudits he deserves. And you know what? He had the chance for a voluntary. And he went, no, let's do Hitchins. Because after I've dealt with my mandatory, I can then have a mega fight after that. If he wins, I mean, whoever wins on Saturday night is going to walk into a massive fight. For Liam, obviously we've signed George Kambosos. He's going to come back around February. That's a big fight in Australia. But you've also got Teofimo, you've got Ryan Garcia, you've got Tank, you've got big names around the 140-pound division. You've got a potential fight in Riyadh season. So what these two are fighting for on Saturday is not just the IBF World Welterweight Championship. They're fighting for a fight to change their life forever. And it's 25-0 against 18-0. It is a brilliant, brilliant fight. And may the best man win.
Gotcha.
Cheers, mate.